Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from the Rings Fangirl channel. I am back here today to make another video. So, if some of y'all didn't read the thumbnail, I'm here to let y'all know what was in it. So in my thumbnail I put there are still some more Degrassi topics I did want to make because I had to go back and listen to some of my videos and I suggested some video topics I did want to discuss, and I would do those Disney videos as quick as I can once I'm done with the Degrassi video. So the Degrassi topics I want to talk about are Adam's character, Claire and Allie's real friendship, and I wanted to talk about the Casey and Jenna storyline being kind of overlooked from seasons 10 through 11 with her being pregnant and them having a baby in season 11. And then I wanted to talk about how Degrassi kind of lacked when it came to consequences with age gap relationships or with grooming. So those are a lot of topics, but I'm going to get them done as fast as I can, even with my busy schedule with working. I'm going to get them done as quickly as possible. I promise. And then I will move on to my other topics, considering my other topics, talking about The Sopranos and Breaking Bad or whatnot. Whatever I feel like I want to talk about, I will move on to that and take a break from talking about Degrassi until some future stuff come up. But as for right now, I wanted to make this video talking about the Amazing World Gumball versus regular show and why I prefer the Amazing World Gumball over regular show. Now, if some of y'all are wondering what made me want to make this video, well, what made me want to make this video was that I went on Reddit and I put in the Amazing World Gumball versus regular show. And I saw someone's post about why they feel like regular show was a better show than Amazing World Gumball. They had some shitty points on there. They had shit that didn't even like he didn't really name. He gave 2 points, which I will only agree with one of them out of the two of them. The second point was about foolish as it can be. His second point of why he feel like regular show is better than the Amazing World of Gumball is because he feels like that Mordecai and Rigby have more chemistry together than Gumball and Darwin, which I feel like those both can be tied. Mordecai and Rigby and Darwin and Gumball both equally had chemistry when it came to bromances or friendships. They're definitely like as chemistry can come considering a friendship. They made sense as a friendship. They just had so much chemistry together as friends, the both of them. The only thing I could give Gumball and Darwin about their friendship is that I feel like they were more friends to each other than Mordecai and Rigby. I feel like Mordecai and Rigby, when I watched the show, kind of did shit towards each other or said things towards each other that made me feel like they weren't really friends. Like, for instance, it always blows my mind how Rigby wanted to take Margaret on a date when he knew how Mordecai felt about Margaret. That's some shit you don't do. If you know your friend is in love with a girl, why would you ask them out on a date? I get it. Rigby was trying to run it in Mordecai's face that he has the confidence to ask girls out. Or Mordecai wants to be shy because he's afraid of rejection. When if he just would have asked Margaret, I'm pretty sure she would have said yes. But Margaret has so much shit going on, dating boyfriends and things like that. Him not knowing if he would have ever gotten a chance, but it's like, how do you not know if you never open up your mouth? He wouldn't know had he had a chance with Margaret had he opened up his mouth. You need to move. He should have opened up his mouth and see if he would have had a chance with Margaret. That's just what I feel like. So, yes, Rigby was wrong for asking out Margaret, because you don't do that shit towards your friend, but I see why he did it, but at the end of the day, it was wrong. With Gumball and Darwin, they never did no petty shit towards each other like that. Like, they never did no petty shit like that. They never did no petty shit. The only thing they did close to that was when Darwin was catching feelings for Penny too, because she was giving Darwin and Gumball the googly eyes. And for that, Darwin knows how Gumball feels about Penny. So, yes, it is still wrong. But it wasn't like Darwin asked this bitch out in front of Gumball. Penny was, giving him the googly eyes, so it made him feel like he had a chance too. I feel like Gumball. Ooh, excuse me. I feel like Gumball and Darwin's friendship was more genuine. When sometimes I feel like with Rigby and Mordecai's friendship, it could be a tad bit petty. Like, they just did petty shit to where sometimes it made me feel like, were these niggas ever really friends? Because sometimes it felt like it, and then sometimes it didn't. That's just what I feel like. So on his second point, I definitely agree. I mean, definitely disagree. I don't know why he would feel like one friendship has more chemistry over the other. They both have amazing chemistry together as friendships, but I think I'm going to prefer Gumball and Darwin's just because it's more genuine. And Mordecai and Rigby sometimes feel like it's fake and it's petty. Like, they feel like they got a hate love type friendship. Like, oh, they can call each other out, they can call each other names, say fuck you, you ain't shit, and then the next minute, oh yeah, nigga, I'm rocking with you, you my nigga, that type of shit. I don't fuck with that wishy-washy type shit. Either you my friend or you not. Either you fucking with me or you not. Simple as that. And I feel like sometimes Mordecai and Rigby's friendship can feel like that. Other than that, I fuck with Mordecai and Rigby's friendship. I thought they were funny. I thought they both definitely made sense as a friendship. Like, they give me that high school type friendship you got with your nigga. Like, oh, y'all doing silly shit towards each other, and y'all doing silly shit out in the world, trying to make y'all mark and shit. And Darwin and Gumball's friendship feel more like the friendship you have in middle school going into your entire life. Like, this is your childhood friend. Y'all been rocking with each other since middle school. Y'all been rocking with each other since kindergarten. Y'all gonna be rocking in y'all adulthood. That's what their friendship feel like. And that's why I prefer over theirs. Prefer their friendship over Mordecai and Rigby's. Now, his first point, I think I'm gonna have to somewhat agree when he said that regular show has more character development for the background characters. I'm definitely gonna have to agree with that take because I feel like in the Amazing World of Gumball, they background characters don't have much character development. They don't really get as much screen time unless there's a storyline that's around Darwin or Gumball that includes those background characters in. Like, I know I'm not talking about Gumball's mother or his father and Anais. They are not really background characters. They're main characters. It's just they don't really get much. They just don't get much focused on because it's really not about them. It's about Gumball and his friendship with Darwin and his like take on it to the world. As far as like the other kids at their school, they don't get much character development. I mean, I feel like out of all the kids in their school, the only two I feel like that gets like screen time or any like storylines is Tobias and Penny. They're like the ones who you would see who get episodes or they got something going on that involves Gumball or that involves Gumball and Darwin. They're the only background characters I can think of who really get anything out of who really get much storyline screen time out of background characters. For regular show, I definitely have to agree. Pops, Skips, Muscle Man, maybe not so much Hi-Fi Ghost. Hi-Fi Ghost don't really get a lot of like storylines or as much screen time. He's just Muscle Man's best friend. But as far as Skips, Muscle Man, Pops, and Benson are concerned, yes, they get storylines. Yes, they are a major focus in regular show. They aren't just in the background of being in the background. They get screen time. Yes, they do. As for a regular show, as for the Amazing World Gumball, the background characters I just said, Tobias, and Penny are the main ones who get storylines and stuff like that. As far as the other kids, no. Now, both of these shows have a habit. They're not really kid shows. And I'm going to go into, after I, say more, what the hell am I saying? Speak Asia. Then once I'm done talking about this, then I'm going to get into my reasons on why I prefer the Amazing World Gumball over regular show. So, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like both Amazing World Gumball and regular show aren't kid shows. They both have some weird context in it. They both talk about adult things. They both of these shows say weird shit that's like very not kid like. Like it's not Mickey Mouse. They not talk about your ABCs and your best friends and how to do adventures. No. They both I would say Miss World Gumball probably breaks the fourth wall a little bit more than regular show. But they both are very like adult kid shows for real, for real. They're not like kiddish. They're not like Mickey Mouse. It's not like Dora. It's not like Phineas and Ferb. It's very adult like in regular show. I remember in regular show Rigby made a comment about Benson dropping his gumballs, which we know he's talking about Benson's going to drop his balls. You feel me? There was a scene when Benson dropped his towel. There was a scene where Pops was naked. There was a scene in here where Rigby was using the water hose as his penis. Like he was peeing. There was a scene where Rigby said something about how Mordecai wished he had friends with benefits with Margaret. Talking about sex. So these shows that's on Cartoon Network that are made for children aren't really children's shows. They talk about a lot of adult stuff. They talk about sex. They talk about, the private area. Like they're not really kid like. But I definitely feel like Amazing World Gumball have a habit of breaking the fourth wall a little bit more. So there was an episode I was just watching season 2 called The Castle. The hot dog that later on becomes like this background character who becomes a main character in like 5 or 6, I believe. In that episode, season 2, he took off his bun, his hot dog bun, right? The witch said the witch was like that hot dog bun was only covering his back half, indicating his penis is out. She could see his penis, even though he's a big hot dog, a long hot dog. She's indicating there's something in his front. That's very adultish. There was a scene where Gumball had to blow up the balloon, the green balloon. I don't really know his name. He had to blow him back up, indicating he gave him a blowjob. There was a scene where, if y'all watched the episode called, what was that episode called? The Awkwardness. There was a scene where Gumball and the hot dog were on the bus, and Gumball was having a daydream to get his mind out of the awkwardness of being on the bus, being so close to people. And when the bus came to a stop, the hot dog went into his mouth, like it slid down his throat, indicating, y'all know what that's indicating. A blowjob, things like that. Like, Amazing World Gumball, if you ask me, Amazing World Gumball was very extreme with it. Very extreme with the adult content. Very extreme with the jokes. Like, they did not hold back. If y'all ask me who was, like, more extreme with the adult jokes between Amazing World Gumball and regular show, I'm picking Amazing World Gumball all day. Amazing World Gumball had a lot of weird stuff. They just said weird things. They did weird shit that makes you feel like, I don't think that's meant for a kid's show. Like, I don't think that's PG. I don't really think that's PG. However, with regular show, they said adult things that made you laugh. When Amazing World Gumball did adult shit that made you feel like, these kids are like 12-something years old in middle school doing and saying all this weird shit. That's crazy. Why? But even though it's meant for children, it's funny though. Like, it's funny. Like, I don't think I think down the line, Amazing World Gumball it became that type of show because I believe like I believe like in the first season it wasn't very much like adult jokes or anything very much so, but when they entered like season 3, the season 2 era, yeah, it became very much like adult jokes. Like there was, if y'all go on YouTube and watch the adult jokes Amazing World Gumball, there was a clip in that video on YouTube where when Gumball was running past construction workers, they whistled at him. And Gumball was like, don't they have better things to do? They talk about they on a break and they don't really know what to do. They was asking Gumball where was he going. He said that he wasn't going to tell them, so they said we need a place to hang out. They said, how about the mall? Gumball said, no, that's where I'm going. They said, how? He said, they said, what about that middle school? I was like, what the fuck? They said, what about the park? And then Gumball said something, and they was like whistling at him, making sounds like him. I'm thinking like these niggas are predators. They're like making fun of pedophilia a little bit. Like these three grown ass construction workers are indicating they want to hang out at places where only children hang out. Children, where adults take their children, or where kids or teenagers will go. Right, the mall, the playground, hanging out at their high schools or middle schools. That's weird. Like, they're indicating child predatory. Like, it was just crazy. Like, that's some of the things in Amazing World Gumball that really broke the fourth wall. I know Miss Mojo made a video about Amazing World Gumball, but half of the jokes I can't really remember. But those are some of them that I feel like were very extreme. But if you ask me, I think Amazing World Gumball was very more exquisite with their adult content and talking about adult jokes, talking about adult things, doing adult stuff. They were very exquisite. They did not hide anything. They broke the fourth wall a lot to where I feel like this is not a children's show. They did a lot of weird shit that made you feel like, what the fuck? But as far as this competition is going, I feel like if I had to pick what's my favorite cartoon out of both of them and which one I will watch every day, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to pick The Amazing World Gumball. And my reasonings for why I would pick The Amazing World Gumball is because I think Amazing World Gumball is a well-written show than regular show. And I say that because Amazing World Gumball to me doesn't have a least funny season at all. I think every season for Amazing World Gumball is funny, just more episodes are funnier than others. How in regular show, I feel like after their third season, it stopped being funny. Literally. I watched all 8 seasons for regular show, and literally I can honestly say after season 3, it stopped being funny. I have no idea what the fuck it was at that point. I watched it season 4, and they kind of made the first half of season 4 all about Mordecai being really upset about Margaret moving away, which I definitely understand. You know, he'd been in love with this girl for damn near the whole show, and around the time he finally asks her out, she has to go away and move to college. That was pretty sad, but it's like at the end of the day, why the fuck did the writers wait so long for Mordecai to ask Margaret out? I mean, like I said, I get it. She had boyfriends here and there, but what about all the times she was single? What about all the times she was single and her and Mordecai did things and they hung out? Why didn't he ever ask her then? He literally waited until she had to go away and go to school. That's his fault. He could have asked her out any given moment in season 1, season 2, season 3 when my girl was single and ready to go to be with him. He waited too long, and I feel like no one is going to wait for you. No one is going to wait for you. No one should have to wait for you. Either you want me or you don't. Either you gonna make me yours or you're not. Ain't nobody gonna wait for you. I'm not waiting. I would never wait on nobody. Either you gonna make me yours or somebody else will. Why would I wait on you? Why would I allow someone to tell me they want me, but right now they just want to be single? It's not gonna go like that. I'm not going to wait for you to have fun being single, bitch, because I'm gonna find my next relationship. What are you talking about? So I feel like with Mordecai, some of that was his fault because he waited for so long, and there was no way in hell he was gonna ask her to give up her dream to be with him. It was just no way, because Mordecai is stuck working at this dead end job. Like, it's like, did him and Rigby ever want to do something more other than just working at the fucking park? I don't know. I feel like once regular show entered that second and third season, they did a lot about Mordecai chasing chasing Margaret, that seemed to be his only storyline. Was chasing Margaret, trying to have this girl fall in love with him or whatnot. I think Rigby had way better storylines than Mordecai because with Rigby, it wasn't about a girl. It was always about something he was doing that was stupid or something foolish, or he got in trouble or got someone else in trouble. I feel like with Mordecai, all his storylines had to do with Margaret. Him being a simp for Margaret, doing something for Margaret. It was like at this point, do something else with his character other than trying to chase Margaret. With Amazing World Gumball, it just, yes, Gumball was a simp for Penny, but that wasn't his entire character. His entire character wasn't just to chase Penny around like a lapdog. It wasn't. And half of the season, and most of the season, up until they got together as a couple, Gumball didn't chase her. He just was a simp. He just liked her, and he would do anything for her. But his shit wasn't crazy like Mordecai or like Donnie, where they was like self-obsessed and would drop everything for this girl that don't likes them back. Was crazy. Mordecai and Margaret didn't even have chemistry like that for me to even want them to be together and to begin with. Not really. Like, Mordecai always pissed me off whenever he would drop something between him and Rigby for Margaret. It's like, dude, this bitch don't even like you for real. And you gonna drop a guy's night? You gonna drop something that we plan to do together for months for her? That shit was irritating. Like, I definitely understood where Rigby was coming from and why he was talking shit about that. Because it's like, why do you keep breaking your back for a girl who don't even like you like that? You just look stupid at this point. With Amazing World Gumball, I feel like Amazing World Gumball was funny through its entire 6-season run. Like I said, there's not one season of Amazing World Gumball that's not funny to me. I have funny episodes in every season. I just think some episodes are funnier than others. That's just how I feel. And I feel like Amazing World Gumball, to me, is just a lot funnier. I remember when it came on, I remember watching the first episode of Amazing World Gumball when it premiered in 2011. And I just feel like I rewatched Amazing World Gumball during the pandemic, and I was like, damn, this show funny as fuck. Like, this show is hilarious to where, why did they take it off air? Like, Amazing World Gumball is fucking funny. It's fucking hilarious. It is, man, it's so fucking funny because it's over the top. Like I said, they do adult jokes. It's just funny. It is so hilarious. Oh my god, I forgot to mention, there was also a scene in Amazing World Gumball where Gumball wanted to hang out with Penny, but her dad wouldn't let her. In that first opening scene, Anais was like trying to unclog the drain, and when she unclogged it, a whole bunch of white stuff splattered on her face, indicating a cum shot. I mean, like, come on, Amazing World Gumball do shit where they're not even hiding it. They don't hide it. It's like, oh, if you see something like that, you already know what it is. Like, it's gonna say, oh, keep your head out the gutter, but it's like sometimes it's hard not to, because it's like when she puts something out there like that, we kind of already know what it is. I just think Amazing World Gumball is a way better show than regular show. I'm just sorry. I think regular show was okay during its season 1, season 3 run. 4 through 8 was fucking dragful. It was painful to sit through because at that point it stopped being funny. It just stopped, and I just feel like at that point regular show was running out of ideas. I feel like their episodes became repetitive. I feel like they were rehashing old storylines they did in the beginning just to keep people watching, and I feel like Amazing World Gumball always did something different. That's just how I feel. So to me, I don't really think there's a debate or to pick and choose between these two shows. I think Amazing World Gumball is way better than regular show. But if regular show is your favorite Cartoon Network show, or you like it better than Amazing World Gumball, by all means, like it. But to me personally, I'm gonna have to pick Amazing World Gumball all day, every day. That's just how I feel. That's my video today. That's my video for today, y'all. I will be dropping a Degrassi video today. Picking one of the topics I want to talk about. So look out for that. Peace, y'all.